Hi, I'm Arjan Visser, a human-centered futurist, a friend and sparring partner for entrepreneurs and diplomats who dare to pioneer, those who shape the direction for a human-centered creative age. In this episode, I was interviewed and confronted with questions I didn't know before. You will hear my raw and unscripted reflection. Today, we navigate the uncertainties of walking an unscripted path and how it can unveil true personal and professional potential. Let's dive in. How do we recognize a revived business? I believe that is a very important question because the people look up to the leadership in an organization and want to know if this is the place for them to grow, if this is the place where they can flourish, where they are supported, equipped. So we talked in the previous sessions what it means to be a revivalist, revival, and success. And we drilled it down to two words. It's about life, life-giving, and it's about flourishing of you as an individual person. So a revived business, it should be clear how the leaders learn. If you want to inspire your people to keep on learning, because that is the environment for them to flourish, to unfold their identity, to become a fuller version of themselves, find happiness in what they do, find convergence in who they are, what effect they have, who they are becoming. They need to be inspired, not motivated. We talked about the intrinsic motivation that is under threat when we feel that we're on the edge of a burnout. The opposite is that we feel that we are able to learn. There's a learning safety. So what we need is our leaders to inspire us by being open how they learn, from who they learn, and where they want to go. Not just the business vision, but also their personal vision and the alignment of those. So I believe that the dominant factor of a revived business is that there is an openness and an inspiration of how people learn, modeled by its leaders. How do you recognize that you are ready to walk this path of finding out who you are becoming? I believe that starts with self-awareness and recognizing that you sense there is more. And I believe everyone can sense that there is more. There is a hunger, there is a desire for a more fulfilling reality. You are ready when you prioritize that feeling and take yourself serious to put your time, your energy, and your investment to what you sense that could be yours. In the creative age, we all sense that the business is not about just profit. That's what we started the management age with the famous Friedman quote that the sole purpose of a business is to provide profit for its shareholders. We have seen counter cultures where it was all about the planet, all about people. I believe it's all about all the peace. There is no business without profit. The business is the place that is purposeful for its people, and we cannot ignore just the planet. If we own our personal development, we also have to own our personal space and our personal environment. So I'm not talking about planet from any agenda other than your personal space requires your personal ownership and your personal responsibility. So a culture without profit It's an interesting culture. And I'm not talking about the non-profit. I'm talking actually about adding value. I think that's a better rephrasing, going away from the word profit. If you want to add value, it needs to be recognized, received, and rewarded. If one of the three is missing, then the value is not transferred. And the receiving end of value needs to have a return of investment so that that person can take that responsibility and own what they have invested in so that it will be of lasting value and lasting change. So to bring it all back, it's not about the money, and it's definitely not without money. It's all about growth. It's all about delivering value and as an expression of one's unique identity, both the individual as the identity of a business. How is keeping momentum as the new word, a new word for sustainability, helps you not to fall back into a hustle culture? Well, when the focus is on keeping momentum with the purpose for you to step into the new cycle of growth, then it was not just a one-time event, because then it comes close to a successful incident. It was not a coincidence. It was you recognizing the future, identifying the opportunity, stepping up in maturity. But from the start, you have in mind, we go through this cycle, we create something that's lasting change, and then we prepare ourselves and make it possible so we release ourselves to go into the next cycle. Because we want to go from growth to growth and not get stuck in that we have to maintain our own success and become the victim of our own success. So it's essential that keeping momentum is seen from the start. It's the entry point and the escape from your cycle. Without keeping momentum, you become the victim of your own success. Slowing down for growth is one of the key elements of self-leadership. When you slow down, you become mindful, you become self-aware, and you know what is purposeful and meaningful. Without knowing what's purposeful and meaningful, it is impossible to develop a maturity and an authority based on your authenticity. And authenticity is the element that makes the leadership we are reinventing for the creative age different from how we looked at leadership in the management age and prior to the management age. And slowing down for entrepreneurs is something they have to be really aware. They nearly had to put it in their agenda to daily slow down, because operational demand makes you just go faster. You want to finish it. So on a personal development perspective, slowing down and setting time apart helps you to prioritize your growth. Without your growth, you get stuck under your ceiling and you start to rule and micromanage your people. So it all connects. As a leader, we need to be self-aware. We need to prioritize slowing down. We need to be clear about what's meaningful and purposeful for us. See where it connects to who we are and who we are becoming, and step up in our authenticity and in our authority to lead the way. Thank you for staying with me till the end. I believe it gave you something to think about, and I hope it gave you something to act on. I would love to read your thoughts in the comments below. Next week, I will go deeper into how to walk the unscripted journey with one of my peers. But if you can't wait and you're ready to explore the future with us, you can join the A.L.T forum at alt.businessrevivalist.com. This is an exclusive peer dialogue for visionary leaders to step into the future together. And to make it easy, you can experience it first and decide later. See you next week.